Everyone's favorite fast blue hedgehog, Sonic, gets his own Amiibo figure. Hey Nintendo fans and collectors, Lithium here from my channel Nintendo Collecting, bringing you another unboxing video of an Amiibo figure. This one is one of my personal favorite characters of all time from video games. I absolutely loved the Sonic games growing up. I was a Sonic fanboy growing up. I loved the Sega Genesis versions of all of the games, and this character looks a lot more reminiscent to the maybe Sonic Adventure games on the Dreamcast, and then eventually ported to the GameCube and a lot of the more recent Sonic games. So this character is the newer age Sonic, that's how he looks in Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U and for the 3DS. I would have never imagined in my wildest dreams that Mario and Sonic would be in games together in the 2000s, after all of that video game wars in the 90s between the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo and things like that. I'm astounded that Sonic made its way into a lot of different Nintendo games. So I'm really happy to have a Sega Sonic Amiibo figurine. Never thought it would happen. So here he is in the box packaging. We have a cool picture of Sonic at the top, and it has his name right here, as well as in the background down there. We do have the Smash Bros. Logo up here. It says for ages 6 and up. On the bottom it says Nintendo Amiibo. And then on the back, it does say that you can level up this character in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, and it will also eventually work for the 3DS version if it doesn't already, if you have the new Nintendo 3DS, because that actually supports NFC functionality. Really awesome! But you can level up this Amiibo to level 50, have it fight along beside you in the game, and you can also use the Sonic Amiibo in other games to unlock some other stuff, and I'm sure Nintendo will release some sort of information about how you can use this figurine specifically in a lot of different games, either made by Sega or Nintendo, actually. Just going to unbox this using my X-Acto knife, cutting around the edge, trying to keep this box packaging in pretty good condition. And I am told the Sonic Amiibo is actually relatively difficult to find. I don't think I have seen him once in stores other than the time that I went in to pick him up. I was able to pre-order him at EB Games. I was one of the lucky few. And I was supposed to get 2 of them in, but they only got 1 of him in for me. I am getting 2 of them because I want to keep 1 sealed, and I do want 1 to open for you and unbox them on YouTube. I think that makes sense. And a lot of collectors are trying to get 1 to keep sealed and 1 to actually open. I do think it's a wise way of collecting them now. Who knows if these are going to stay really up high in prices or if they're going to go down over time if Nintendo releases more and more of them. But I might as well get them while I can. And a lot of people are doing the same. Except don't be a scalper. Don't get too many of these things. Share the Amiibo with a lot of other people. I'm sure there's so many Sonic fans out there that would just love to get their hands on one of these. And they're really hard to find sometimes, which is unfortunate. So there we have it. Just going to bend that right up and pull out Sonic for the very first time. Get him out of this box packaging. So there is the box packaging in pretty good condition still, and there we have the Sonic. So just going to pull this or peel this down a bit. Get him out of there. Perfect. Alright, there Sonic is. And this figure doesn't have a lot of detail compared to some of the other figures because that's just Sonic by design. So it's really not by choice. It just is the way it has to be. So his hair looks spiked back as it always does, which looks really cool. Those are really well done. His shoes do have some great detail work on them. They are his normal speed shoes. You do have that gold little emboss right there on the buckle on his shoe, which looks pretty cool. I do like his facial expression. It does look very happy Sonic, like he's going to go racing as he always does, and he's going to go fight in Super Smash Bros. There's good detail work on his face, and his nose is painted black, unlike a lot of the figures that aren't authentic that you might see on eBay from time to time. His gloves look like they're fairly well done, but overall this character just doesn't have that much detail work like a lot of the other figures do in Wave 3, and even a lot of the other Amiibo figures. So let me just give you a rotate shot, and on top of that there is the stand holding him up, and it's like there's 2 stands actually, or maybe it's just 1 stand. It is 1 stand, and on the back it is separated into a few different pieces, 2 pieces it looks like, or at least it's split up to hold Sonic upright, while he runs very, very quickly. On the bottom of this one, it does have to say Sega, because this is actually a character made by Sega, and it also says Nintendo. Of course, it is made in China, if you were wondering. Let's just take a look at how tall this figurine is. What do we have first? Let's usually do inches first. So we have about 3 inches tall, which makes sense. It's one of those figures that is a decent size, but not too tall. And it's about 75 millimeters tall, or about 7.5 centimeters. If you want to compare them to Mario, they're essentially almost the exact same size, both of them looking very cool in almost their identical sizes. I think that's really neat. Oh my god, a Sonic and a Mario Amiibo. Never thought I would see the day to have figurines by the same set from a Sega character like Sonic and a Nintendo character like Mario. Very, very exciting, very, very cool. Very comparable in heights. I think they're about the exact same size. Now this one, because it does have the stand, and just by design, it is much more of a simplistic character. I do think this is one of the worst Wave 3 figures. In terms of rarity, it's going to be fairly hard to pick up because I haven't been seeing them, and I'm wondering in your region if Sonic's really easy. I think in the UK, he's pretty well stocked, but in North America, they sell out very, very quickly. So you might have to turn to Amazon or eBay or online trades if you really want to get your hands on Sonic. I would probably just give him an 8 out of 10. I do give him a stronger score because he's such a nostalgic character for me. But what do you think of the Sonic Amiibo figure? Please comment below and leave your own score out of 10. I'd love to hear your opinion. Thank you so much for watching my unboxing video of the Sonic Amiibo figure. Feel free to fill that like bucket, follow me on all social media links in the description below the video, and remember, as always, go collect them all and keep smiling while gaming.